Felika Mabalula, the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Senzo Mchunu, the Treasury General of the ANC, Zweli Mkhize, SA Ambassador to Australia, Sobisi Ndebele, the Mayor of Durban, James Numalo, and the leader of the DA, Muzi Maimane. Ladies and gentlemen, the jockeys for the 2015 Vodacom Durban July, and our first rider about to enter. He has ridden well over 100 winners this season, and he holds a top 10 position on the national jockeys log. He has competed with the best locally and internationally. He has the ability to keep that little extra in reserve for the end. And today, Sean Cormack, he rides for Tura, and that's for champion trainer Justin Snaith. So Sean Cormack is aboard for Tura, who is now eased out in the betting and is currently on offer at 6-1. Here we go with Sean Cormack. As I say, he has ridden over 100 winners this season, and he holds a top 10 position on the national jockeys log. Ladies and gentlemen, he rides the top weight. Once again, let's hear it for Sean Cormack. Our next rider is Bernard Fader, and he weighs in at 58 kilos. Now Bernard rides Wiley Hall for YO Morwing, and pound for pound, this jockey can match the best. The regular pilot of Pocket Power, bred from the bloodline of the legendary Tiger Wright, a natural horseman with great judgment, and he rides Wiley Hall, the popular Bernard Fader. We then move on to number 3, and this is from the Charles Ledyard Ice Machine, and recently this top rider, he finished his apprenticeship at the South African Jockeys Academy. The youngest rider in the race has fulfilled his dream to compete in this prestigious race. He's making his debut in the Vodacom Durban July riding Ice Machine. Let's hear the applause for a dreaming and a beaming. It's Donovan Dillon. We're then going to move on to number 4, and he will ride a hot ticket for Dean Kanemayer. And this top pilot has ridden well over 3,000 winners. He's a top horseman who remains calm under pressure. Just relive the devastating finish of the 1991 July. This was the pilot aboard Flaming Rock. Teaming up with Hot Ticket in the big one, he has ridden 50 winners this season. He is Cool Carl Nisius. Number 5, riding the 3-year-old filly Majmu, a former South African champion jockey. He holds the record for the most number of winners in a season. Has competed successfully abroad. He holds a top 5 position on the national log. He's going for his 5th Vodacom Durban July win. He rides the filly Majmu. It's awesome, Anthony Delpeche. Next up, from the Sean Tarry Yard, based in Cape Town, is Grant Bear. He's having his second ride, and he teams up with Gold Onyx. Now this horse that runs to his best for this pilot, he hopes to strike gold on Gold Onyx for Sean Tarry. The horse is a course specialist, and of course Grant is an avid Arsenal fan and based in Cape Town. Liven up the place for Grant Bear. Also from the Sean Tarry Yard is number 7. And Raymond Danielson is having his 8th ride in the Vodacom Durban July. This ambitious young competitor has achieved the rare feat of winning the Grade 1 Champions Cup 3 years in succession. Clearly at the top of his form and attempting to win his first Vodacom Durban July on French Navy. Bring down the house for Raymond Danielson. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the one, the only Pierre Stratum. He knows the taste of Vodacom Durban July success. With nerves of steel, he brings a wealth of experience. He scores of fans. They continue to be captivated by his style, his balance and his judgment. He has ridden over 5,000 winners, going for his fourth win in the Vodacom Durban July. Multiple South African champion, the one, the only Pierre Stratum. Our next rider is aboard Punta Arenas, and he has ridden over 50 winners this season. An accomplished jockey who remains cool under pressure. No doubt he'll give the Stanley trained Punta Arenas a plum ride on a horse he has become well acquainted with. Could this be his day? He's going for his first win, introducing Ian Sturgeon. Next, number 10. He wears the green, yellow and black silks. This world-class rider is once again in devastating form with an incredible win strike rate of 30%. His record in feature races is outstanding. He's going for his fifth Vodacom Durban July success, partnering the strongly fancied Legal Eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Anton Marcus. Number 11. Dynamite comes in small packages. This globe-trotting rider has tasted success locally and abroad, and he continues to ride at the top of his game. This was the pilot aboard the 1995 Victor Thiel. Rides the well-drawn Talina, who finished fourth last year, going for his second success. Welcome back to Johnny Gerudis. This talented competitor holds a top 10 position on the National Jockeys log and is on the verge of 100 winners for the season. Hungry for success and hoping to go one better than 2012 when narrowly beaten on Smanje Manja. An avid Manchester United supporter and riding the Mike Bass trained Helderberg Blue, it's Grant van Niekerk. Number 13, returning to the country of his birth. He's having his first ride in South Africa, now based in Australia. Recently granted a license to ride next season in Hong Kong, one of the world's biggest racing stages. His first ride in the Vodacom Durban July. Welcome to the only jockey to win the apprentice title in both Melbourne and Sydney, rising star Chad Schofield. Next up is number 14, and it's Corne Orfa, recently returned from a successful stint in Mauritius. He has struck up a winning formula with the Mike as he yard and rides the 3-year-old Deputy Judd. Now, these famous colours were carried to victory by the great politician in 1978, having a terrific season with over 50 winners. An avid fan of motorbike racing, rev it up for Corne Orfa. Number 15. This crack pilot has all the ingredients. Cool and confident. There is no doubt that Power King will be ridden to perfection when they dash for the elusive sash. Former Mauritian champion, he'll be flying high if victorious. Let's liven up the place for Stuart Randolph. We're then going to move to number 16, and this is Greg Sheen, who's going for his second success in the big one. This was the rider that piloted 2009 winner Big City Live. His visits to the number 1 box have become a regular occurrence. He holds a top 5 position on the National Jockeys log and is approaching his 150th winner for the season. It's glorious Greg Sheen. We will then move on to number 17, and that's Warren Kennedy. And few would forget his brilliant ride to finish third on Forest Path in 2009 from the widest draw. Approaching his half-century of winners for the season, this pleasant pilot is hungry for success. He goes head-to-head with the best of them. Let's hear the applause for Warren Kennedy. And ladies and gentlemen, making up our 18th rider in the Vodacom Durban July, it's every jockey's dream to win the most cherished of prizes, and he knows how to win the big one, having guided Heavy Metal to victory in 2013. You're looking at the current South African champion rider. He's firing on all cylinders to retain his title. Let's hear the roar for Smango Khumalo. Of course, Smango's involved in a titanic struggle with Gavin Larena. They go eyeball to eyeball for the national jockeys log. And of course, he won it on Heavy Metal. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the 18 riders. With pride, we salute the Vodacom Durban July class of 2015.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see it when he was still there.
It's the big one. The Vodacom Durban July, grade 1 over 2,200 meters, 3.5 million the stake, 24 minutes countdown, and just having a look at Tab Gold, the bet to get involved in is no doubt the quartet. Quartet pool estimated at 11.5 million. With 24 minutes to go, we on 11.5 million and climbing all the while. What a fantastic vibe in the parade ring, and one gets goosebumps when those jockeys' names were called up. But it's now crunch time. The athletes, the horses, have made their way into the ring. I'm going to have a look at a few. That's number 3, Ice Machine, Charles Laird, Donovan Dillon having his first ride in Africa's premier horse racing event. And there is a bit of a question mark over the distance. He's a horse that's run superbly well up to a mile. What a fantastic win from him in the Drill All Stakes. Anton Marcus sat motionless, turning to the home straight. He did have an interrupted preparation where he stood on a stone prior to his run in the Rising Sun Gold Challenge. He takes his place in this year's Vodacom Durban July. Number 3, Ice Machine, is paying 26 Rand 50 for a win and 4 Rand 40 for a place. Number 7 is paying 7 Rand 30 for a win and 1 Rand 40 for a place. His name is French Navy, and what a superb win from him when he traveled down to Durban for the Daily News 2000, where he got the better of Ertejal. He's had a good look at this track, he enjoys a good pace, and number 7 is certainly one for the shortlist. 7 Rand 30 for a win, 1 Rand 40 for a place, one of 5 runners from the mighty Sean Terry Yard. Number 17 is the 3-year-old daughter of Captain L. Her name is Pine Princess. She comes from the Mike de Kock Yard, and Mike's got two 3-year-old fillies in the race and a stable that certainly knows how to get them fit, well, and ready to compete in Africa's premier race. Of course, he's won with Ipitombi in 2002 and most recently with Igugu. And number 17, Pine Princess, while the betting suggests that she may be the lesser fancied of the two from the de Kock Yard, paying 19 Rand 10 for a win and 2 Rand 90 for a place, she put in a gutsy performance when going down a close-up second to Smart Call in the Willavington. And if you go back to a run in the Oaks, where she did break the heart of Siren's Call that was going for a triple tiara, she showed a lot of heart to get her head down that day. She's no doubt a nice inclusion for the quartets. Number 17, Pine Princess. The clock winds down, and a great shot of the crowd. It's a massive crowd. They say 60,000 people today on course. And that is a shot of the entire grandstand from the finishing post all the way down to the 400-meter mark. And it is jam-packed. All the suites full, the grandstands full. Everybody hoping that this year could be the year of picking the Vodacom Durban July winner. Number 5 is the Majmu, the stable companion to Pine Princess, and Majmu is paying 6 Rand 10 for a win, 1 Rand 40 for a place. Last season's champion juvenile. She's a top filly on the day. She pulled a cracking draw 1. Jockey Anthony Delpeche has already had 4 Vodacom Durban July victories, and if either him or Anton Marcus win today, they will be the first to ride 5 winners in this race. Nice shot of the horses making their way down to the start, down the chute, the new chute here at Greyville. That's Futura. That's Wiley Hall. Just behind, that's a nice shot of Ice Machine. We're then going to break to the next horse, who will be number 4, Hot Ticket from the Dean Cannemeyer stable. Will be partnered by Carl Nieses. And that's number 15 on the card. Number 15 is an outsider, 20 Rand 40 for a win, 3 Rand 30 for a place. Hot Ticket, number 4. Yes, you at Greyville Racecourse, the theatre of champions, and all these horses that will be taking their place in this year's Vodacom Durban July are champions in their own right, but only one will be crowned. Let's go upstairs to our race commentator for the 2015 Vodacom Durban July, and that's none other than Sheldon Peters.
Runners for the 3.5 million rand Grade 1 Vodacom Durban July coming out onto the track. Approximately 19 minutes to race time. The favourite is number 10, Legal Eagle at 5 rand 60, 90 cents the place, Legal Eagle. Coming out onto the course is number 1, Futura, the son of Dynasty, Queen's Plate and JMB Met winner. Of course, Justin Snaith, saddled Legislaton, Dancer's Daughter. Futura, ridden by Sean Cormack, ridden him in his last 2 efforts. Currently 7 rand 90 the win, 1 rand 70 the place, about number 1 Futura. 13 runs, 8 wins, 5 placings, 3.4 million rand in stakes. Number 1 is Futura, shouldering 60 kilograms. Number 2, Wiley Hall, ran second last year, out to set the record straight. Of course, Bernard Faderb, he rode the mighty Pocket Power. Wyo Mooing, he saddles number 2, Wiley Hall for Michael Leave, 3.6 million rand in stakes. Number 3 is Ice Machine, a runaway winner of the Drill All Stakes. Son of Silvano runs for the Meekers. The big moment for Donovan Dillon. Charles Laird saddled Hunting Tower in 2007. Number 4 is Hot Ticket, and if you're looking for a hot ticket, Carl Nesius produced Flaming Rock to an electric win in the 1991. Dean Cannemeyer saddled Eye of the Tiger in Dynasty. Number 4, Hot Ticket, one of the outsiders. The Flying Filly, Majmu. Of course, Mike de Kock, he's trained Igugu, Ipitombi amongst the fillies, Grays Inn, Bold Silvano, Anthony Del Pesh, who also rode Classic Flag to victory, Grays Inn, Igugu, Bold Silvano, a winning recipe for the Vodacom Durban July. Number 5, Majmu, runs for Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Sporting the blue cap is number 6, Gold Onyx, third in the Queen's Plate, second in the JMB Met. Sean Terry, of course, he saddled Pomodoro and Heavy Metal in these colours for Chris Van Niekerk. Grant Burr, he's ridden Gold Onyx, he knows what it's all about on this fella. Let's hear it for Wiley Hall, out to set the record straight. Wiley Hall, number 2. Number 1 is Futura. Number 3, Ice Machine, the 6-year-old son of Silvano. Number 4, Hot Ticket, he'll get his warm-up. Staying is no problem for Hot Ticket, 2200 plus. Here's the grey, Majmu. Number 12, Helderberg Blue going down. Mike Bass, saddle trademark, Dunford and Pocket Power. 14, Deputy Judd from the Michael Azzi camp, also goes down with a companion. Corne Orfer rides for the Van Ferens. Number 6 is Gold Onyx. Well, if you're looking for omens, French Navy gets the warm-up on the way down to the gate. Raymond Danielson just asking him to stretch out, French Navy. For Stan Ellie, Punta Arenas, Ian Sturgeon the pilot. Number 8 is Halve the Deficit, sports the gold cap, Pierre Stradham Road, London News, trademark and Pomodoro, one of 5 runnies for the Terry team. Number 13, the Conglomerate, sports a red cap, Chad Schofield. Next down is number 11, Talina. Johnny Gerudas for Jeff Woodruff, Johnny G rode Teal. Number 17 is Pine Princess, winner of the Oaks, second in the Will Avington, Warren Kennedy for Mike de Kock. 16, Dynastic Power, won the Greyville 1900. Greg Sheen rode Big City Life, another one for Stan Ellie. Tammany, number 18. Samanga Kamalo, Bling, he rode Heavy Metal. Poised in the saddle, Samanga Kamalo. Getting the warm-up is number 15, Power King. Second in the Greyville, 1900. Stuart Randolph for Dean Cannemeyer, 15, Power King. And I can tell you that jockey Anton Marcus has shown Legal Eagle the turn. He's taken him to show him the turn. It's the first time he's at Greyville. And an ultimate professional, Anton Marcus, he'll not be caught napping. He's taken Legal Eagle to have a look at the Greyville turn. He's currently at the 500-meter mark. Legal Eagle, son of Grey's Inn, he'll get the warm-up. He's soaking up the atmosphere. And he's looking the crowd in the eyes. Number 10, Legal Eagle. SA Derby winner. Jubilee against all the rivals. Anton Marcus rode Dancing Duel, El Peacher, Dunford and Hunting Tower. Will he rewrite history with number 10, Legal Eagle? Another one for Sean Terry. This is the favourite, number 10, Legal Eagle. That's the field for the R3.5 million Vodacom Durban July. 13 minutes to place those bets.
When it comes to attendance and when it comes to turnover, there's no other that can compete with the Vodacom Durban July. We keep saying it, but it is no doubt Africa's premier horse racing event, and the clock clicks down. We now got 11 minutes to go before we have the starter says go and Sheldon to call this year's race. All horses have made their way down to post, and it's just final preparation now with the jockeys just inspecting their saddles and seeing that everything is in order. And Sheldon picked it out. Very interesting that jockey Anton Marcus took Legal Eagle, who makes his first appearance here in KZN, his first appearance on course. Showed him at the bend, which is around the 600-meter mark, and gave him a really long warm-up down the straight. And number 10 is your current tab ball favorite, which is paying around R5.50 for a win. That is number 10, Legal Eagle. But we're going to have a look at a few runners down to post. And the horse we're going to begin with is number 5, Majmu from the Mike de Kock yard with jockey Anthony Del Pesha, last season's champion juvenile filly, and she ran an absolute blinder the first time she raced against the opposite sex, and that was in the Champions Challenge, finishing a close-up second behind Wiley Hall. It's been well documented that she did have valid reasons for running a very good race, but there were excuses. She was cut in two, she spread a shoe, and the word was that she was not 100% that day. No doubt, although she had an interrupted preparation, having missed out her run in the Willavington, where she had a high temperature, and the stable decided to scratch her that day, that the de Kock yard would have done enough with her back home. The first time we got to see her after her run on the 25th of April was at the Gallops, and she really put up a decent gallop. Number 5, Majmu. She's an Australian import. She'll jump from pole position, and she's got a jockey that's vying for his 5th Vodacom Durban July. Nice shot there of jockey Anthony Delpeche on the talented daughter of Radal's choice, number 5, Majmu, who's paying 6 Rand 10 for a win and 1 Rand 40 for a place. We're then going to have a look at Wiley Hall, who lost this race last year in the boardroom. A titanic struggle it was with legislate. Jockey Richard Ferree objected, the hooter sounded, and after debating in the boardroom, he was relegated and demoted to 2nd position. He's also an Australian import. He's got many, many followers on course that are hoping that he can set the record straight today. He's nicely drawn it too. He's got a big race rider in Bernard Faderbab. The word from the yard is that he's doing superbly well back home. He's taken the same route as he did last year, where we did not see him after his run in the Champions Challenge. It was straight into the Vodacom Durban July for him, and Wires decided to go the same route this year, straight into the Vodacom Durban July after his win in the Champions Challenge, where he did beat Majmu. Number 2, legal Majmu, Wiley Hall is paying 7 Rand 80 for a win and 1 Rand 60 for a place. Now, we do have an interview with the favorite, which is number 10, Legal Eagle, and we'll go listen into that interview.
Yes, he's obviously a very good horse. I think he could comfortably account for this field if he handles the course, but I think that's the big question mark, and you can have no real confidence. He hasn't seen the course. He's a big baby still, and I think the fancied horses in the race are very, very tough horses.
Well, it's understandable that those comments are coming through from trainer Sean Terry, who's just had the season of his career. He's well clear on the trainer's log. He's qualified 5 horses for this year's Vodacom Durban July, and this is the horse that tops the betting boards. 5 Rand 40 for a win, under a Rand for a place. And, if this race was run at Turffontein, no doubt Sean Terry would have been much more confidence than he was in that interview. But Anton Marcus, the professional that he is, we saw him show this horse the track. He dumps from a decent draw. Anton wasn't concerned about the barrier position that he pulled when the final field was announced. Draw 11. He's got a serious turn of foot. He showed this in the Jubilee handicap, where he smashed older horses, giving them weight. And the handicapper after that run pushed him up to a 120. But he obviously does not run off that rating. He runs off 112. The weights were already set in stone before the Jubilee handicap. So one could say that he was nicely in here. Otherwise, he could have carried 57 kgs in this year's Vodacom Durban July. Sheldon's got an announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. bands of the KZN military tattoo.
From the crowd, and that's the raw. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. A fantastic vibe coming through there. The roar of the crowd after the national anthem, and we're now just having a look at the equine athletes and the jockeys just soaking in the atmosphere behind the starting gates. Now, the top weight in the race is number 1, Futura. Justin Snaith and Sean Cormack will team up. He's currently paying R7.80 for a win, R1.70 for a place. Let's go listen into this interview.
Oh, without a doubt, it's cruising. All the races were all sort of prep runs into this July. You know, there aren't races for these horses that you can prep them outside of features. So the Gold Challenge had to be looked at as a race that would bring him on for this. And that's what we did. And we're expecting a big run. Not worried about anyone else in the race, just worried about him. And expecting fireworks on the day.
Looking at him in the morning on the Vodacom Durban July, gallops breathtaking.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, everyone was going on about poly horses on that track, and I just thought, you know, you're missing a good horse here on the grass, and the way he moved is how a July horse should move, and just very proud and excited to have a horse like this, of this caliber, in this race.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go in a quartet pool that's approaching 1.5 million rand. Some positive comments from there. We are expecting fireworks, was Justin Snaith said, with number 1, Futura. He was a smart 3-year-old. He carried 53 kgs in this race last year. He finished 3rd behind Legislative. He was a smart 3-year-old. He's turned out to be a superb 4-year-old. This year, he carries 60 kgs. The history books are against him with regards to weight in the Vodacom Durban July. Most recently, we did see Heavy Metal carry 59.5 to post, but he will be shouldering a half a kg more. Number 1, Futura, and his trainer has got him now for a few months. He used to be with trainer Brett Crawford, and his main mission, and it was openly stated on air, it was not the Gold Challenge where he was just dropped out to the back of the field, but he started to catch the eye 400 to finish. This is his main mission, number 1, Futura. Another horse that I would like to have a look at with 1 minute to go is maybe number 7, French Navy, from the Sean Terry stable, and he's paying R7.40 for a win, R1.50 for a place. He was the winner of the SA Classic. Certainly did not disgrace himself in the SA Derby behind Legal Eagle. And then last time out in the Daily News, it was a superb performance from him under Raymond Danielson. He's had a good look at the track. He goes to post at 54.5 kgs on his back. He's a popular selection for many, and no doubt he is one of the leading 3-year-olds in the country. Number 7, French Navy. That quartet pool, they estimated that quartet pool to reach 11.5 million. We've gone way past that in this year's Vodacom Durban July. We had 1.5 million, and we got, look at those shots. Those are colors of owner Chris Fanikak. What a lucky owner he's turned out to be. He's won this race with Pomodoro. He's won this race with Heavy Metal. He's got 3 racing in his colors today. Number 6, Gold Onyx. Number 7, French Navy. And number 8, Half the Deficit. 3 runners for owner Chris Fanikak. And of course, a number 8, which is Half the Deficit. He does own this in partnership with Drakenstein Stud. An owner's dream, a trainer's dream, a breeder's dream, a jockey's dream, a groom's dream, and of course, a punter's dream to select the Vodacom Durban July winner. It's now crunch time. That's a shot of the crowd, all eagerly anticipating the final 400 meters when Sheldon starts to call them home. Whatever your fancy, whatever your result, it is no doubt a great event. And we got under a minute to go now. The starter's going to call them into lineup. Everybody just in the grandstands. They've been here, done that. If it's your first Vodacom Durban July, it'll certainly not be your last. Many make the annual pilgrimage from other provinces to come for Africa's greatest horse racing event. And we now go over to Sheldon Peters for the 2015 Vodacom Durban July over 2,200 meters. Commentator Sheldon Peters.
Thanks very much, Dees. 3.5 million rand Vodacom Durban July. Pine Princess is about to come forward. Power King's ready. Telina. The favourite, Legal Eagle and Anton Marcus to come forward. Black sleeves and cap, Legal Eagle. He was shown the turn on the way down to the machine. This is the grey Majmu. She jumps on the paint, Majmu. Ice Machine. The Conglomerate sports a red cap to come forward. Chad Schofield and the Conglomerate. Sean Cormack and Futura. Helderberg Blue moves in. Wiley Hall stepping up. Just about set. 3.5 million rand. Vodacom Durban July. Aye, Captain. They sent on their journey. Let's see who'll find the winner's box out here. Helderberg Blues right there. The rider just looks across to see who's going to put the speed on. Legal Eagles in a good position. Deputy Judge and the Oranges on the outside. Talina and Pine Princess perfectly poised. On the outside, Dynastic Power. Wiley Hall is perfectly placed, just 3.5 lengths off. Tammany's deeper out on the turf. Power King. Legal Eagle after an alert start as mid-division. Futura follows him through. Then comes French Navy giving them 7 lengths start. Hot Tickets on the outside of runners. At this point in time, Ice Machine, Gold Onyx, Punta Arenas amongst the back rank. And then comes the Conglomerate. It's a mad dash for the lead. Deputy Judge on the left. Rider looks across. Dynastic Powers moving a little bit closer. Tammany. Helderberg Blue, Pine Princess. Then we find Talina just 4 lengths off in the box seat. Legal Eagle spreads his wings on the outside. He's just 4 lengths to make up. Half the deficit. Hot Ticket, Wiley Hall. Power King's got 7 to make up at the 1,000. Mudge moves towards the inside. Gold Onyx. Futura's on a good rein, hard against the steel, 8 lengths to make up. Ice Machine further back in the running, and then comes French Navy. Vodacom Durban July Fever, 3.5 million rand, just on 650 to go. Deputy Judd has the call. Dynastic Power on the outside. Tammany. Helderberg Blue. Pine Princess. Talina. Half the deficit. Hot Ticket. Legal Eagles behind a wall of horses. Wiley Hall. Majmu. Wide open. Towards the inside. Talina. Legal Eagles looking for a way through. Half the deficit. Punta Arenas is running on. Talina down the center of the course. Ice Machine. Punta Arenas half the deficit. Also running on is Power King. Punta Arenas is flying on the outside. Punta Arenas and Power King the last 100. Power King, Punta Arenas. Eyeball to eyeball. Power King from Punta Arenas. Talina's on the inside for Turan. Legal Eagle to the post. They went. Well, they spread across the track inside the 300. Punta Arenas was running out of his skin. Talina's there. Futura's getting going. And here's Power King with a terrific run. The son of Silvano for Kaya Stable. Stuart Randolph, Dean Kannemeyer now going to sneak into the picture. Power King, he puts in a run. Looking to hang out for a stride or two. Punta Arenas is only a half a length away. But Power King, he drives home. And he digs down where only champions go. To the post, 3 parts of a length. Power King, Dean Kannemeyer, Stuart Randolph will taste big race success. Punta Arenas a scorching run in second. Talina ran third. Then came Futura, Legal Eagle. French Navy Ice Machine, the conglomerate Majmu, half the deficit, and behind these Hot Ticket and Gold Onyx. Please note there's a race review. Race review, please note, race review in progress. Hold on to all tickets. Race review in progress. There we see Power King shifting around onto Punta Arenas. Power King, Punta Arenas, race review in progress. So just hold on to those tickets. You'll notice Power King's in front. He looks to lug out onto Punta Arenas. And as they go down to the line, Power King and Stuart Randolph for Dean Kanemayer, Kaya Stables. Punta Arenas was making an electric run up the outside, and they just got a little bit close inside the 200. So there is a race review. Hold on to all tickets, and we'll just keep you informed. There you'll see Power King. He now delivers his run, but he'll start to drift right towards the outside. There you see hanging about Legal Eagles between them, half the deficit for a stride or two, and Punta Arenas on the outside. Power King and Punta Arenas, there you can see brushing one another over the last 75 meters. So we're going to leave this to the stipendiary stewards, but there is a race review in progress. You can see having a look at the last 200 meters, and Power King came into the lead. He started to shift towards the center outside. Legal Eagle had to dart to the inside, and Punta Arenas was making his run right up towards the outside, but just in the picture is Power King over the last 75. There you'll see the hindquarters just twisted as they brush alongside with Punta Arenas. So just once again reiterating, there is a race review in progress, so hold on to all tickets. Power King, number 15, a son of Silvano. We'll wait for further news. Patrons, please note an objection has been lodged. An objection has been lodged by the rider of the runner-up against the winner. So there is an objection in progress on behalf of the runner-up against the winner, interference in the latter stages. So please note we have an objection in progress, second against the first. The rider of the second placed horse against the winner, interference in the latter stages. Stand by for further details. Objection in progress.
Deja vu. That's all that can be said. Objection last year by the rider of the second place horse, Richard Fourie, against the winner, MJ Bellerfeld. And we have the same scenario in the 2015 renewal. Rider of the second place horse, Punta Arenas, Ian Sturgeon, objecting against the winner, Power King, Stuart Randolph. We're getting some nice shots of the closing stages, some beautiful camera angles this afternoon at Greyville. But again, we have an objection, and yeah, this is going to go to the stipendiary stewards, and yeah, it really got rough over the final 300 meters or so. You saw a legal eagle also getting taken out there, and that's the head-on of the race. Punta Arenas is on the extreme right in the light blue silks, and in the yellow and black silks with the blinkers and the sheepskin noseband is Power King. And they both make their runs together, and that's where they both come together. And Power King just falters for a stride, and both riders continue riding all the way to the line. And that's Punta Arenas on your right, Power King next to him, and now the line looms. The line looms, and it is, boom, that's the result. Power King crosses the line first, beating Punta Arenas. What a great run from Talina. He looked the value in the race. If you have a look at the weight turnaround from last year, he was carrying a much less weight, but that's a close-up shot. You can see Legal Eagle in between two runners there. Anton Marcus going for his run. That's Stuart Randolph just punching his mouth out now. He hasn't called for the doctor yet. He's still with the hands, Stuart Randolph's got so much running in him. And on the left is Talina, who finishes back in third. Now Stuart takes out the whip. It's in his right hand, and he's driving his mount, Power King, all the way to the line. And while all this is happening, Punta Arenas is coming with a flying late run on the outside. Ian Sturgeon's also got his whip in the right hand, and both horses will come together now. That's where both horses come together. Punta Arenas in the sheepskin noseband, Power King in the blinkers. And when they both come together and they bump each other, you can see that Power King does falter a bit, and I thought Stuart Randolph did superbly well to keep him going all the way to the line. But it's now an objection. It's lodged by the rider of the second placed horse past the post, Ian Sturgeon, against the winner, Power King and Stuart Randolph. This is going to be debated in the boardroom. But provisionally, I can give you the first 6 past the post, because Tab Gold paying 6 places today. 15, the provisional winner, Power King, beating number 9, Punta Arenas. 3rd to number 11, which is Talina. 4th to the top weight, number 1, Futura. 5th position for places. Those will be your quartet numbers. Your places, number 10, which was Legal Eagle. And then number 7, you're also going to get a place return on Tab Gold. That is French Navy. Disappointment of the race, one could say, just having a look at the fancied horses that crossed the line first. You saw Majmu making a run on the inside of the track. She did not find the finish that we were expecting her to deliver. Number 5, Majmu, she could be a disappointment. But whatever the result, whether 9 or 15 gets the race, in a quartet pool that reached 1.5 million, you're in for a massive dividend if you got these numbers: 15, 9, 11, and 1. Provisionally, that's your winner on screen. Power King. Dean Kanamea decided after his run in the 1900 to give him a break, to prepare him without giving him another race. And it seems to have worked out spot on to a T. And what a run it was from him in the 1900. He came from the absolute clouds that day to finish second behind Dynamic Power. He was guaranteed a run. That's what Dean thought after that race, to find himself in the Vodacom Durban July. And Dean Kanamea, if he keeps this race, he's won the race with Dynasty. He's won the race with Eye of the Tiger. And for a big stable that's supporting him in a massive way, Kaya Stables, he's had a lot of success with these owners during KZN champion season. And this will certainly be the cherry on the top if Power King, the son of Silvano, who was foaled on the 27th of August 2010, gelded on the 20th of November 2014, and he's just had an outstanding career. Many were of the opinion that he's punching way above his belt here, but he certainly proved many wrong. He was trading at around 60 to 1 at one stage on the books, and currently his odds on tab goal are showing 19 Rand 6. That will be race number 8. It's just flashed by, so we don't have the tote dividends. Our tote board has just gone to race number 8. So he was around 16 to 1 in the betting. Number 15, Power King. That's Stuart Randolph. He's just talking about the finish and just suggesting that, he gave his mount all he could over the final 200 meters or so. And Stuart Randolph, what a likable guy. If you don't know him, he does have a pilot's license. He enjoys flying in the air. And, of course, his passion is for riding speed horses, thoroughbreds on the racetrack. And what a moment it would be for Stuart Randolph riding his first Vodacom Durban July winner. But the race now as being... one could say a bit of gloss taken away from it with this objection. And who could have guessed? I wonder what odds you could